Most people pay close attention to everything they can and are afraid of missing out. What does this look like? We know that almost all lower animals have eyes on both sides. In this way, they can see all four directions of up, down, left, and right at once, so there's no blind spot for vision. This configuration is very safe, but what are the disadvantages to it? The bad side effect is that they can't focus their eyes on one particular place. Those cannot observe anything deeply and for a long time, so they can't think deeply or think for a long time. In other words, it is impossible for anyone to focus on more than one thing at a time. Therefore, they do not know that there can be a past or a future. They only have the present. Thus, they are trapped in an eternal present. Being stuck in the eternal present is unimaginable and should not be a reality for many people. So today, I will tell you how to get rid of this predicament in life, and we'll start with 2 points. First, you might need to sacrifice some sense of security in order to make progress. Just now we talked about that almost all low-level animals have eyes on both sides. Here is a small detail in the end: some species' eyes have evolved to the front, so they finally have the opportunity to observe deeply and for a long time. The modern civilization is built on the cerebral cortex. Let's not forget that its evolution is ancient and shaped our future. The problem with this is that it ignores natural evolution. After time, they gave up on the grand worldview and accepted the existence of blind spots in the field of vision. Therefore, it's no exaggeration to say that from this perspective, progress comes only at the cost of giving up some security. When you look at things from this perspective, you can see more possibilities. Look around and observe the people around you. It seems like most people want to get a sense of 100% security. They are always attracted by the events happening around them, or it could be called a distraction. They can't look deeply and think deeply for a long time on any one thing. Of course, it's not necessarily their nature, it's just that they themselves don't realize the limitations of the survival model that pursues a 100% sense of security. So like those animals, they are stuck in the eternal present, unable to parse how limiting it is. The pursuit of safety and security has now turned into a kind of excessive fear. It's not just a trick of fate or just a trick. So please note my wording. The pursuit of 100% security will surely trap oneself in the eternal present. We have to give up some sense of security in order to observe and think deeply and long-term. Second, through attentive social interaction with those who give up their sense of security voluntarily, help increase those people's feeling of security. Looking deeper, it is actually those who give up some sense of security and continue to use their brain power to promote the progress of this society that are doing the most to move society forward. History is full of massacres of those who have made a great contribution to society. Essentially, this is because there are always a few people who refuse to give up a little sense of safety and feel threatened by the New World Order. In fact, all animals are like this. Sometimes dogs bite people not because they're being aggressive, but because they're afraid. Therefore, the nature of security is important to understand, as it is essential for many aspects of society. There are many topics that need to be further in depth in this regard, and there are also many concepts that need to be updated. Here today we're just talking about the nature of cooperation and trust that will help you socialize effectively, and complement that part of your sense of security that you've given up on your own accord. What is cooperation? One of the defining characteristics of cooperation is that everyone gives up a small part of their individual sense of security in order to share that security with the partner. What is trust? Trust is believing that the other person will not take advantage of that part of your security that you voluntarily give up. So-called lack of security really means you are not sure other people cannot take advantage of the part of security that you give up. So your only way to get 100% security is by yourself, which is exhausting. That being said, you probably already know what causes insecurity in people, so I recommend that you don't work with insecure people. In their world, there is no true cooperation. Today I told you 2 questions that pertain to the shackles of life. First, give up some sense of security in order to make progress. Second, through effective social interaction, complement the sense of security of voluntarily giving up. Try to actively give up some security, even if you haven't found a collaborator who can deliver to each other. In fact, you don't have to give up a lot, and you shouldn't give up a lot, just a little bit is enough. Think and act. 1. Find a few small areas in your life and try to give up the full perspective for a few days. For example, turn off Facebook moments, disable TikTok on your phone for a few days, mute your phone completely for a few days. Don't go out and be alone for a few days. Don't watch TV shows that everyone watches, programs or events for several days. 2. Have you been pursuing 100% security? Where have you been dragged down badly? Think about it, maybe it's because they're focusing too much on their sense of security? 3. If your significant other is extremely insecure, what can you do to get him or her to level up with you? If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumb up and share with your friend. Thank you for watching.